Chaos and panic on a New Mexico interstate when 25 cars and semis crashed. Adrian Munoz and his family were in this carnage June 19th. His wife and father-in-law died in the crash.
I just asked that something be done about that stretch of road. Something that will save lives so that nobody else has to go through what we've been through.
In the days following, more dust, 2 more crashes, 2 more deaths on Interstate 10 right outside Lordsburg.
That one guy was pretty bad. They're going to fly him out.
Blinding, deadly dust storms aren't just an issue in New Mexico. On I-10 between Phoenix and Tucson, there have been 85 dust-related crashes since 2010.
There were 3 people killed in front of me.
In 2013, Arizona State Senator Steve Farley says he saw how fast these storms can turn deadly when he was caught in one.
Oh, I never forget that one. That's something that stays with you.
But in Arizona, along this deadly stretch of interstate, they hope they've come up with something to help solve this problem.
We're not aware of this having been done anyplace else before.
The state of Arizona applied for and got a $54 million grant from the feds. They're widening the interstate and putting up a 2-layer dust detection system.
One will be short-range detectors located right here on the side of the freeway. Sit up on poles above the traffic to identify what is visibility right where we're standing.
Then they will have a large radar out in the desert like KOAT's Doppler radar, so they have a heads up when a storm is brewing, whipping up dust toward the interstate. There will be large automated message boards warning drivers and instantly lowering the speed limit.
We can change the speed limit from 75 to 65, 55, 45, all the way down to 35 to get people to slow down and be safer.
The DOT will alert law enforcement to head to the area, and other large electronic signs placed before drivers get to the dust storm area will warn them about the dust ahead. Construction begins this fall.
I'm sure the New Mexico Department will be looking at it.
And the head of the New Mexico DOT says he is. Tom Church says they plan on putting up 30 more dust sensors along the interstate to study dust storms. Right now, the DOT says there is no Doppler radar in the southern New Mexico desert to detect major dust storms, but Church says the National Weather Service in nearby El Paso is trying to get one.
I think we're working towards that. We just don't have it done.
After a massive dust storm crash on I-10 in 2014 on the same stretch of road in New Mexico that killed 7 people, the state has been studying the land. Next spring, they plan on planting vegetation in the dry desert, hoping it will keep the dust down. Even though more than a dozen people died on the same stretch of New Mexico interstate, so much of the plan to try and fix this problem is still in the planning and research stages. And a fix costs money. That's where this gets perplexing. Church says the state is spending about $1.5 million on a variety of projects, including billboards instructing drivers to get off the road and turn off their lights if they're caught in this. He says New Mexico needs more warning signs, bigger, bolder, and brighter. The bottom line is New Mexico doing enough to fix this?
We've identified a problem, and we're doing what we can with the funding that we have in terms of trying to move it along.
While Church says the state is trying to get more money, here's what we uncovered. The day after this crash in June, where 6 people were killed, we found emails from Senator Tom Udall's office out of southern New Mexico that show staffers there reached out to the DOT. The senator staffer asked if the DOT needed help securing funds for more wind monitoring equipment and digital signs. The email shows Senator Udall's staffer reached out repeatedly to offer help. His emails were shuffled around DOT. Then Udall's office says no response. So while New Mexico is taking baby steps on this very complex issue, Arizona begins work on their project in just a few months. New Mexico could follow in their footsteps if they get the money they need. It took Arizona just a year to get that funding.